What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. In this one, we're going to go over the new upcoming game, upcoming game, Dragon Ball Legends. So this is going to be a mobile game, a globally released mobile game at that. So they did have a Google Developer Day press conference. I can't talk today, apparently. So we're going to go ahead and listen to what he has to say. There's also some gameplay. And all that other stuff in here. Hope you all enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. And then let me know your thoughts down below. So in total, that makes 4 games that we know of so far that are coming out that are basically mobile games. We have Dragon Ball Strongest Warrior, which is probably going to be exclusive to China, but that one looks pretty cool. We have Buchigiri Match, which we don't know if it's going to get a global release and be in English, but it is definitely coming out in Japan. We have Dragon Ball Cross Keepers, which is going to be a PC game, but it might as well be a mobile game. Again, another game that's coming out in Japan. We don't know if it's going to get a global English release. And this one actually is definitely getting an English release, well, because in the gameplay, they actually show one English version versus one Japanese version. So there is full PvP and stuff like that. I can't tell you much else, but let's go ahead and get into it without further ado.
Work with them
I'm going to actually skip ahead until the Bandai rep shows up right here.
He understands it, though.
All right.
So, moving on. Just before starting on into the presentation itself, I want to talk a little bit about our company. We, BANDAI NAMCO Entertainment, create video games ranging from
Look at that Digimon Links
PC
over there.
to mobile apps, as you can see on the screen right now. And most of our games actually are based on Japanese IPs. So examples would be Dragon Ball, One Piece, Idolmaster, Sword Art Online, Naruto. I can just keep going on and on and on. But maybe some of you have seen it, some of you have played it. But today, that's not what we're really here
U.S.
to talk
sales
about.
#1 for Dokkan. I
We're
see you. Look at those games doing well.
Something new.
Was that Taiwan for Sword Art?
Keigo and I are really excited to talk about. It's a new PvP game, and actually, we've never released any new information regarding this until now. So you guys are the first to see anything about this game. So
yeah, this one was kept secret.
Without further ado, I give you Dragon Ball Legends. It's an all-new title of mobile app that will be released in 2018. And as you can see on the screen, the gameplay will be in 3D, heavily action-oriented, and also we're pretty excited to talk about it today. We made sure that the details and everything are all fine-tuned so that it's exactly what the Dragon Ball fans wanted on a mobile app. So one of the biggest features that we have for this game actually is the global real-time player versus player on Cloud Network. So let me say that one more time. It's global, it's real-time, and it is actually player versus player. We're not going to muck around with by providing pseudo experiences of player versus player where players fight other player datas.
Oh, like the Dokkan tournament.
We'll actually have the players be fighting one-on-one, anywhere, anytime. So, you know what? To give you a really good idea as to what it'll be like, we're actually going to have a live demonstration between 2 points.
Awesome.
And point A being here, Moscone Center, where Keigo will be playing against another team member of ours that is currently in Japan, our Tokyo headquarters, actually. So I just copy and pasted the Google map, actually. But as you can see, there's 5,100 miles apart.
Okay, so really quick, like I was saying, the one on the left is in full English. You can see it. At the top, you type in the lobby room and stuff like that. So it's awesome in that that is a game that you can say, okay, I want to fight somebody specific and just kind of jump in. Now, they've only said this is a PvP game right now. That's what they're clearly trying to sell. What remains to be seen is whether it'll be, something like a gacha game, which by the looks of it, honestly, I don't think it will be that. But it probably will have some semblance of maybe some in-app purchases just because it's a mobile game. And if it's going to be a free game, it has to have something like that these days. Unless it's going to be a paid app, which a lot of people would really dislike. But again, Japanese on the side, and then on the left-hand side, the middle of the screen here, we do have an English version. So it's already in works, like it's fully translated.
Yeah, that's Ayaka. That's one of our team members. And so she's currently in Tokyo right now. The right screen is her mobile app screen. Left screen is Keigo's, and I would appreciate it if the audio
Okay, so the chick here is playing on the left screen.
Louder. Yes, thank you.
They have a button there for party equipment. It shows the location of the opposition. I imagine that you select, well, it's showing you selecting units there, but I bet you can choose different ones, edit your team and stuff. That's pretty cool. So I like it.
The game itself is
also they have a color triangle at the top too. Like, I don't want to equate it too much to Dokkan, but that's
each player can bring up to 3 playable characters. The objective of the game is to defeat the opponent's 3 characters before the opponent. All right, and they're both ready. So thanks to Google.
Oh, I just saw the guy in the bottom right.
We managed to create a really stable playing field.
Now loading, they give you
don't
tips.
Really need to worry about internet connection, latency, and whatnot. All they need to worry about is the opponent that's going to be in front of them on the screen. All right, it seems like the game connected, and it's still black. Oh, there we go. Thank God. Shut.
You can't beat me.
The game started right now. Left screen is Keigo. He will probably show off some of the cool cutscenes that each character has, but it's heavily action-oriented, but in actuality, the controls are quite simple. We made sure that it's intuitive, and we made sure that everybody who wants an action game on Dragon Ball can play other players without having to worry about getting their butt handed to them. So, as you can see, Ayaka just activated her special skill. The 4 cards that can be seen on the bottom of the screen, those are universal cards that each player has. And whenever you tap them, the character will automatically do an action oriented to that specific card. And each character will have something different. For example, you tap the red card, you can do a melee attack. You tap the yellow card, you can do a long-ranged, and the blue one is a special attack. And also, by tapping them consecutively, the character will automatically create combos. So, just like right now, actually. It's a special cutscene right now. And
that cutscene, though.
It looks really complex when you first see it, honestly. But, oh my God. Yeah, see, she had no choice. He's her boss. All right, back to the presentation, please. All right, thank you. So, as you can see, the game As you can see, the game itself runs actually fairly smoothly, even though the connection was done over the ocean. Players who are outside the country that you're living in can obviously definitely fight against you with no worries about latency, any problems and network lag or whatsoever, thanks to the Google Cloud platform. Honestly, we could not have realized this entire project without this service. And also, as for the second point as to why we use GCP, this entire title, this is going to be a flagship title of sorts for us. It's going to be on a whole new level of just entire bigness. So we know that there's going to be an immense amount of traffic coming in, and the bigger the traffic is, we need to make sure that the infrastructure can handle it. More database, more sharding and whatnot. And the bigger the system gets, the more complex it gets, and inevitably leading to higher just human error and higher chance of human error happening and higher cost for taking care of it. And when we have a title like this, where we have hundreds of thousands of users constantly playing against each other, we want to make sure that they always have the right experience that we prepared for them. So in order to do that, we utilize the Cloud Spanner to create a more simpler architecture so that we don't really need to worry too much about human error happening or other costs that might happen. So another thing that we use the GCP
I was going to say, it sounds like
is,
he's basically done with the
logging and
gameplay.
BigQuery, like you might see in certain large.
Yeah, all they're doing is talking about the game's architecture and stuff. I wanted to kind of see if they drop a release date.
Connection
Looks like it might be right here, if they're going to do that.
Figure out how hard they need to punch the other person. So, before we end this presentation, I actually have a bit of a shameless promotion.
They have an actual live stream going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 10:30 a.m., not p.m., I'm sorry, 10:30 a.m., we'll be holding a live stream where we'll be announcing a lot more details regarding this game title, such as other playable characters. You might have seen Goku or Piccolo.
Oh, okay,
Frieza,
so
Nappa. We have
basically,
loads more that we want to definitely
tomorrow
talk about.
we will be back
I barely have
with
any
more
time left,
information.
so, you guys hopefully access this live stream tomorrow. We'll also have Miles Ward joining us as a special guest from Google Cloud Solutions.
That's pretty awesome, though. So we'll find out more about the game tomorrow as far as release date and all that stuff. Are you guys excited for this? Like, for me, I think that it looks pretty cool. I also do like that it's very simple, but I can tell you a couple things. You're going to need a strong phone for this. I can already tell the graphics, all that. It's not going to work on a lower end phone, unfortunately. Like, I mean, Dokkan Battle, I mean, every now and again doesn't work on lower end phones, but this one I can assure you will not. They don't really talk about iOS right here. I imagine they'll talk about that tomorrow, mainly because this is a Google developer stream. So, there's not really any reason to talk about Apple in this. But aside from that, I think that the game looks pretty cool. I'm not disappointed by it. I think that this one will probably be the only one among the many that I announced earlier on in this video that actually does get an English release, if you guys were looking forward to the others, because this one, they already have the English release. And these days, a lot of games do get simultaneously published on the English and Japanese markets at the same time, basically, so simultaneously. And the other ones, they have never announced anything about that. So if you are interested in the other games, by the way, feel free to check those videos out. I didn't do any one today, but I do have some archived on the channel. Just search them up. Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We'll be back tomorrow. I might actually go ahead and stream watching their stream. That would be pretty cool. So we'll see. Anyways, stay tuned, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.